According to some brand new reports that hit the net recently that then got debunked, but others are saying this is in fact not a debunking, the upcoming Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse might be in complete shambles and the film might have restarted its entire production with many more problems happening behind the scenes. Of course, it's very well known now that Beyond the Spider-Verse was supposed to come out just a year after Across the Spider-Verse, but giant changes made to the third act of Spider-Verse, the second film, changed everything that they were doing in the third film. And well, according to reports, we're not seeing this next film till at least 2026 or 2027. A report that recently circulated from Jeff Snyder that was also backed up by pretty much every scooper out there claimed that this film was pretty much being overhauled completely and that the date for release might now be late 2027, if not later, aka 2028. This caused a lot of anger, outrage, speculation on what's going on. Well, the composer of Spider-Verse decided to, for the first time ever, be like, I don't typically comment about this, I don't do these things, I don't like it, but here it is. This isn't true. That's not happening. We didn't reboot the entire thing. This was then backed up by the people working on Spider-Verse also saying there's no truth to these rumors, the thing is coming along, but it's taking a lot longer. So, I'm gonna go on a limb and say the truth is somewhere in the middle of this. We know for a fact they legitimately dated and were already making merchandise based on Beyond the Spider-Verse. This all had to literally be put on a dead stop. And then they delayed the next film into next year, and well, next year has gone by, and now we're in the next year, and the film is coming out maybe next year or the year after. So the truth is somewhere in the middle. We know that the producers of the Spider-Verse film, because it's been documented, are making all these people crunch hard, changing things when they're almost done, going back, like wiping clean entire done sections, adding new characters, new concepts, the team having to work overtime. It's a nightmare, which is why their contracts aren't being renewed by Sony. So there's a lot of truth to this, but there's also a lot of exaggeration from what we can see. And it's unfortunate because now this truly seems like it's what everybody was afraid of. Remember when Spider-Verse 1 was coming out, Sony didn't care about the film. They didn't have their hands on it. They wanted nothing to do with it. It was a little passion project done by a smaller creative team because they were like, oh man, this emoji movie, this is going to be our billion-dollar hit. We can feel it. And then Spider-Verse hit and they were like, well, the next one's got to be big. Go in. Two-parter. Separate them by a year. And at one point, remember, they were only separated by 6 months in release. And then Sony sees the money. And then, the bureaucrats step in that are the investors and everybody, and they want their pull. They want more action figures. They want more cut of that pie. And you got the executives that are working on the film that are notoriously hard to work with and control freaks, and suddenly the film is delayed indefinitely because everybody wants to have their voice in on it. This is just Sony's MO. We've known this. It's been like this since we found out very publicly with the release of Spider-Man 3. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3. So, it's unfortunate, but here we are, and Beyond the Spider-Verse is becoming a casualty of too many Sony cooks.